So if you've been on Instagram recently, you've probably seen this training video of this Koenigsegg.
Brand new whip, got no keys. Tell them my clothes, no starch, please. Soon as you can go, leave. Got M's in the bank like yes.
Now, fun fact, this video only took about 15 minutes to be fully edited. And also within the first 3 days, this video hit up to 1 million views. So that video brought alone a lot of good feedback, but also a lot of questions. Like a lot. Questions like, how'd you do those effects? How'd you do that speed ramp? How'd you get that color grade? How do you brush your teeth? How do you wipe your butt? All that stuff. Now, before I start, if you want the raw footage along with the Premiere profile that I'm using right now for this video, you can access that. You can use the tools we're offering to you to create your own training videos for yourself or even your potential customers. So if you notice, within the first couple seconds of this video, the word Koenigsegg just kind of pushes up and then pushes back down with an RGB effect. Let me show you how easy this was. Let me disable my first layer, and as you can see, this second clip is just the word Koenigsegg masked out. So all you have to do is copy your first clip, stack it on top, make sure your second clip is selected, press effect controls, and make sure you click on opacity, selecting this icon as well. Now you're gonna draw around the word Koenigsegg, but I recommend to increase your view up to 150%. That way you get to see more of it. So I'm gonna just click around the word Koenigsegg. Now once you're done, it should look something like this. But what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you toggle these animations by selecting all these icons here. And make sure that your mask feather is set to 30% instead of 10. Now still with your second clip highlighted, we're gonna go to the end of that clip and we're gonna make sure we select on mask. And we're gonna just go ahead and drag it over to the beginning of the word Koenigsegg. If you move your cursor backwards, you'll be able to see how your mask is following the words Koenigsegg. Let's head over to our effects. And if you have our glitch transition effect pack, this is gonna make everything easier. Let's open this up and let's look for matrix warp. Let's slap it onto the second clip and let's play it. Yeah, that easy. Now moving on to the second clip, nothing fancy, it's literally just a slow pan of the exhaust. Now moving on to the third clip, same thing. All I did was I just slowed it down to 50% because when this was actually filmed, it was a much faster pan, but I wanted a slow pan of the word Regera being displayed. Now here's our fourth clip, and this does have two things to it. One, a speed ramp and directional blur. So here's the raw footage, right? It's just a slow pan of the car moving back and going from one side of the headlights to the other, but this takes like too long. Now to speed ramp it, left click on the video, show clip keyframes, time ramping, and select speed. So I'm playing the video and I want to see where I'm going to add my first mark where the transition starts, right? Where it starts to speed up. And I think I want to have it about right here. So I'm going to hold down my command key and click here. Then I'm going to continue speeding down and I want it to stop about right here. Hold my command key and make another mark there as well. Now I'm gonna drag this middle line all the way up to about 2500. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's good, that's smooth. But let's make it smoother. We're gonna go ahead and stretch out these markers towards the middle to create a triangle. Once you have your triangle created, select here. Let's go ahead and twist this so it makes more of an uphill ramp. And I'm gonna do the same for the other side. So now it looks something like this. Smooth. Now let's go ahead and keyframe it. I want to start here, and then as it speeds off, I want it to end right here. Make sure I'm in editing mode. Click on this icon, head over to my project, select on this icon, click adjustment layer, enter, drag it over, let's zoom in, measure this to where the keyframes start and end. Then with my adjustment clip selected, let's go to the beginning, select effects, look for directional blur, drag it over, drop it on top of the adjustment layer, select these toggle animations, and right to where I get about to the peak of the speed ramp, my blur length, let's make it 25, and my direction 90. And then towards the end of that adjustment layer, make sure we reset it to 0. After the speed ramp, I want to make sure it kind of zooms in. So right to where it starts to shake a lot, add my keyframes, and right after it stops, I want to increase the scale to 140, along with moving the position over just a tad bit. And that's how we got the effect right here. Beautiful. And same thing with this wheel shot, it's the exact same process. As you can see here on my timeline, you can see where I set the markers, I made a hill, and I brought it back down, having an effect like this. And then the last shot, plain and simple, is just the car being moved out. And there we go. That's how we made this trending Koenigsegg Reel on Instagram. And like how I mentioned before, if you want all access to what we just did and you want to use the raw footage of this Koenigsegg to do whatever you want, go ahead and click the link down below. And that wraps up today's video. It's Daniel from Velv Auto, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.